Okay, boys. Now we will try to understand the different types of valves that are present in the human heart. Now, here if you can see, I have drawn a straight line dividing the human heart into two equal halves. Now, this is an imaginary line only, just to divide the heart and make you understand the heart can be divided into two parts to be called as the right side and the left side. Now, in the right side lies your right auricle, right ventricle. On the left side lies your left auricle and left ventricle. And in between the right auricle and the right ventricle, there lies a trimuscular valve or trimuscular flap, which is known as the tricuspid valve. Whereas, similarly on the left side, if you see, in between the left auricle and left ventricle lies a bimuscular valve, which is known as the bicuspid valve. Now, what is the function of the valve? The valves are basically something like this. Valves are something like this, okay, which allows the blood to go to the next chamber. From this chamber to this chamber, the blood is allowed to flow, but it does not allow the blood to flow back to the original chamber, which means from the auricle it is allowed to go to the ventricle, but from the ventricle it is not allowed to come back to the auricle. So that is what is known as the valve. Now we will try to understand heart nodes. Okay, there are basically 4 nodes in the human heart. What are they? They are basically 4 different types of nodes in the human heart, and these are known as SAN, AVN, AV, and Purkinje fiber. Now, the SAN or sinoarterial node. Okay, sinoarterial node is basically located near the opening of the superior vena cava. Now, this is your superior vena cava and this is your atrium. This is your atrium or auricle, whatever you say. Okay, this is your right atrium. Somewhere here lies your valve to be known as sinoarterial valve, SAV, or sinoarterial node, which is known as SAN. Okay, now this is your SAN. Now the next valve which we are going to talk about is AVN. The AVN is located in the right atrium in the internal septum. That is somewhere close to the tricuspid valve. Here is located your AVN or atrioventricular node. Now the other one, after the atrioventricular node, what happens? These atrioventricular nodes bundle up in bundle, or the nodes basically bundle up and they form an atrioventricular bundle, which is known as AV bundle. Okay, after the formation of these nodes, what do? These nodes bundle up and they form atrioventricular bundle. Okay, they form the atrioventricular bundle. Now, these bundles, after traveling some distance, they split into the right and the left branches. The right and the left branches then enter the heart muscle, and that is known as Purkinje fiber. Okay, now the SAN, AVN, AV bundle and the Purkinje fiber together function as providing impulse to the heart, or they make the pulse maker or the pacemaker of the heart. Now, out of the four, okay, what 4? Sinoarterial valve, or auricular, ventricular, atrioventricular node. Okay, SAN, AVN, AV, and Purkinje fiber. Okay, they all together provide the impulse to the heart, which is the pacemaker of the heart. Out of which this SAN is very important, because this SAN basically generate a maximum action potential, which is up from 70 to 75 times a minute, and therefore it is also called the pacemaker of the heart.